suffers from such a severe sleep disorder that he even decorates and cooks in his sleep, says his illness is ruining his life.
57-year-old Steve Chapman from Overton in Hampshire has been diagnosed with Kleine Levin Syndrome, which affects around 1 in a million people.
And now he wants to raise awareness of the condition to help others. Here's Juliet Fletcher.
When Stephen Chapman feels ill, he'll take to his bed for around 60 hours at a time. He feels depressed and detached from the world, and when asleep he'll do things he has no memory of afterwards.
Well, one day the wife came home from work and found the ladder propped up against the wall and the paint pot and brush on the floor, and I've been painting the ceiling. Another time she came home and found chocolate bar wrappers strewn all over the house. It was things that I had no recollection of doing. You know, to me I was just asleep. So.
Stephen is one of just a handful of people who suffer from Kleine Levin Syndrome. It affects sufferers in different ways, but it's often the families who are hardest hit.
Very stressful, very, very stressful. And the kids just didn't understand why we couldn't go out when we promised them we were going out when they were younger. And we just turned and said to them that when Danny gets better, we'll make it up to you. And this is how the story just went on every time Dad was ill. And we never planned nothing ahead.
The syndrome is very rare and affects around 1 in a million people.
A sufferer will sleep anything from 16 to 22, 23 hours a day, and they have an uncontrollable urge to do nothing but sleep. It's like the body hibernates and they have to go to sleep. They also, during this time when they're awake, they will have altered cognitive impairment, so they won't understand what's going on around them.
For years I was told I had narcolepsy, flu-like symptoms, sleep disorder. I was even told that I was putting it on by one of the doctors in the hospital I went to. And it wasn't until 1999, I think it was, that I was just diagnosed with KLS.
Stephen sometimes cooked meals for himself when asleep. His last episode was 4 years ago, but now he's raising awareness to help others with the same condition. Juliet Fletcher, ITV News, Overton.
Well, for more information about sleep disorders and the support you can get, you can go to our website. Details coming up in just a moment.
The families of 3 fishermen